All right, boys. Episode 5, week 5, starting up with the Silveira Brothers. We got a lot to talk about. We got breaking news, the trade that just got pushed through about a half hour ago. The talk of the town. What the fuck just went down, guys? We had Mario trading Travis Kelce, Joe Mixon, getting Josh Reynolds back, Brandon Ayuk, and Sam Laporta. What the fuck just happened? What do you guys think about that deal, man?
Well, I don't know what the fuck Mary's thinking. I think he downgraded. Like, why he downgrade his tight end? That makes absolutely no sense. Kelce,
Mario, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Did you just give up?
Yo,
I mean, there's no
I know you
sense.
a plumber. You work with shit every day. It doesn't
do
have to
you
make
feel okay,
shit.
bro? My boy's robo tripping or some shit, bro. How did you hit it? Did you send that offer? Did that leave your computer to Emma? How did the hell did you do that, bro?
Yo,
Maybe got,
Did Shiloh hit accept over there?
Yo.
or maybe it was Bruce that did it by accident. Who knows?
Shyla got into the weed brownies again and hit accept on that trade, bro.
Oh,
What?
let's not talk about the wee brownie, please.
Yeah.
Yo, but there is no upside for Mario. I mean, what is he upgrading?
I mean,
No,
I like Laporta. Don't get me wrong, but I mean that's a huge downgrade considering you had the number one tight end in the league in the whole game, your first overall pick, and then Mixon. Yeah, I know the Bengals are struggling, but that's a serviceable, more than serviceable running back, and you get Ayuk back, who's great, but then I don't know, man. There's a lot of mouths to feed over there in San Fran. That's a huge downgrade from Kelsey and I don't. Josh Reynolds just a throw in. What the fuck are you gonna do with that? Especially with Jamison Williams coming back this week. So I don't really get it. I mean, maybe you guys have a little bit more insight on that, but what the fuck?
I mean, I probably wouldn't stand Mixon for Ayuk because sometimes if you want to play, you have to pay for it.
For
But
sure.
I just don't want anything like the tight end situation. I mean, maybe Ayuk for Mixon will be okay because you have to pay to get something that you want, especially a different slot position. But you just downgrade your tight end position, your first round pick.
Yeah.
Kelsey is the most reliable tight end out there. Always catch passes, always catch touchdowns. You
for
know,
sure, for sure.
I
I don't know
mean,
what he's doing.
I don't know, maybe it's just too high.
He's got no Wi-Fi in that basement, bro. That's all I can say.
Yo, I got to see this YouTube money, man. I think there's some fishy business going on here. We need to
Him,
investigate a little bit
him,
more.
maybe M is paying for Mario's Netflix or YouTube or something.
Those bowling balls, bro, they're expensive, man. So anyway, we had a very exciting week last week. We had a couple people chugging the ices. It seems like a weekly event with Hugo and Phil. You guys are starting to like the ice challenge, the flavors. You guys try new flavors, getting spicy with it. I'm hoping that trend kind of continues week in and week out. And I'm getting some really great feedback actually from some random people, some family friends about the things that we're doing. We're doing some nice things in this league. So good shit, guys. I hope you continue.
Sounds good. I absolutely hate this fucking rule. I absolutely hate it.
Yo, why you keep getting shitty ass players that get goose eggs? Who told you to draft them?
Shit happens.
Anyway, talking about shitty players, bro, let's talk about how much shit you guys were talking. The entire league, every one of y'all, how much shit you were talking about my team after the Thursday night matchup. Oh, this guy's a bust. Jameer Gibbs, Musgrave. You're gonna get the beats. Now look, check out my matchup. Gave the beats to Mr. Ali
No,
Awan.
wait. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Let's,
They
a
count the
win is a
same.
win.
They count the same, my brother. So let's just move into that matchup right there as a smooth transition. I end up beating Ali 99-90. What can I say, man? My team put the clamps on him, bro. Look at his top players. They didn't do shit. They saw my team. They were shook. They ran the other way. They're like, fuck, let this guy go, man. Look at that. Like, Tyreek Hill, 8 points against Buffalo. Devonte Adams, 11 and a half points. And he was out for a little bit. I thought he might have been out for the game, but he came back in after the injury. He had a serviceable day, but shit, I'll take 11 points out of Devonte week in, week out if I'm going against him. Um, what else did Ali have? Ali had 15 points from Pat Mahomes against that Jets defense on Sunday night. That was a hell of a surprise. But we kind of called that out on the podcast last week we said, hey, you may want to think about pivoting to who's that? Jordan Love, 19 points on his bench. I'm just saying we called it out. It was the right play. So that's a big L there for Ali. And then he had, of course, James Cook, 14 points. That was a great day for him against a trash Miami defense. And then Javonte Williams getting hurt after just scoring 2 points. That's a big problem. You know, he's going to be out this week. I got to take a look at who Ali is playing, but I know he can't feel too happy about that. And actually, if you look at it, his leading scorer was Baltimore defense. His defense was a top scorer. And when you have shit like that going down, unless your defense is scoring 30 points like Dallas or something like that, you're not going to have a good week. So I ended up coming out with W. Geno Smith. I was messing around. I was like, watch, Geno Smith's going to get hurt this game. But he did just enough to get me those 8 points. Gave me a little bit extra than what I needed, but left the game after that. So I was happy with that. And the highlight, I think, of my team was Nico Collins, the 2-touchdown day, 168 on the receiving yards and 32 points. And after that, really didn't matter. So I'm happy to see my team rebound there after a rocky start. We got back up to 2-2, and it's a whole new team going forward, guys. Any surprises there on your end?
Yeah, I mean, you're so lucky Collins bailed you out, because on that Thursday, you wanted to hide. You wanted nothing to do with nobody. All of a sudden, Friday, you had the most busiest day writing reports.
I saw one more Jamar Gibbs meme on Instagram or in the chat, I was gonna fucking delete the apps, bro.
And you're so lucky that Mahomes had a mediocre game by his standards. Anything else, you would have lost. Ali literally, I mean, dude, if Javonte got hurt, that gave you the dub, man. That was the thing. What do you think, Dre?
Well, the one thing I can notice, it's very alarming to see Gibbs not getting that many carries. That's very alarming for the way you draft him. I mean, I'm aside. I mean, you're supposed to be your RB1, and then you see your backup getting all the carries and touchdowns in the end zone. So that's a little scary to go on a floor. But Nico Collins, man, that's your winner right there.
Thanks.
He bounced back very well, especially playing with a rookie quarterback.
Stroud, he's balling out.
He week in, week out, putting numbers.
One thing about Gibbs, I'm kind of at the point where I'm acknowledging that I'm not going to get 3rd round draft capital value out of him, but I still think he's going to be.
Oh, he on a trading block?
Yeah, everyone's got a price, bro. I'm not, the one person that is going to be too expensive for anybody's blood, I think, is Bijan, but everyone else has a price and they can go if it's the right price. But for me, I kind of at the point where I think Gibbs has the potential to be a more than serviceable flex. If he develops even more into that kind of play calling style. It's Dan Campbell, bro. The guy's getting 5 yards a carry. You just got to feed the guy, but their play calling isn't, conducive to that right now. And it's kind of reminding me of how they used Swift last year. So definitely unfortunate, but it's very early in the season. And, Montgomery got hurt once already. He can get hurt again, and things change. They start to take off the training wheels with these rookies. So I'm optimistic. I'm not hitting the panic button on him. And I'm pretty confident because I have James Conner at the moment doing some really great things for me. Although he's been on my bench, that's going to start changing. He's kind of been matchup proof for the Cardinals.
He is. I mean, Cardinals have surprised everybody how many points they've been putting up. We all thought they were going to be behind script, right? Just throwing, chasing it. But hey, man, he's getting carries and he's scoring some touchdowns. So
Listen,
yeah.
We had two big, we'll get into the Fab later, but we had 2 Cardinals players come up on Fab this week. So that's just a testament to, I think the league is seeing what opportunity the Cardinals bring, even though they're not a heavy favor by any means for Vegas week in, week out, but the points got to go somewhere, right? Their offense is serviceable and the ball's got to go somewhere. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, but that kind of concludes my matchup with Ali. Let's move over to, Phil, I think I sent you the wrong order here, but on my screen, I have your matchup up against Emma. So let's just pull that up real quick, guys.
Okay.
So little pivot there, but Emma, wow, man, you came close. That was a nail biter. This was probably the game of the week. Phil came out on top 129 to 123.
Like always, because I'm him. I'm him.
It came down to the wire though. But since this is your matchup, you break it down, bro. Tell me a little bit about
Yeah,
what
for
you saw
sure,
throughout
man.
the
You
week.
know, we had in the beginning it was looking real grim, bro. Real grim. I was
Yeah,
watching Fields ball. I'm talking about putting up mad points while
on your bench,
Anthony
right?
on my bench, while Anthony Richards was just slowly coming along. And then out of the sudden, man, all my team started balling. And then my boy CMC putting up 45 points. That was the difference right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the big boys came through. Mark Andrew came through. Man, Tank Dell had a disappointing game, but you know, because Nico Collins has hogged all the targets,
Bald.
which you know, we can't be mad at that. That offense is performing. Something's gonna go his way. And then Emma, man, he had a performance all around. Derrick Henry had like a field day against me, throwing touchdowns and shit like that.
24 points.
Yeah, and it was really close, man. But
If
listen,
if it wasn't for McCaffrey, you would have probably lost, bro.
I
45
would have
points. You
lost.
squeaked it out.
I would have lost, but it was never a doubt. You know, there's always trust in my team. You know, Emma. I know Emma's gonna make the wrong move. Look at Miami defense, bro. Starting against Buffalo. What kind of
Negative
move is
points.
that?
Negative points.
Negative points. Take that ice. I mean, I had to take the ice too with Pittsburgh, but
Pittsburgh, yeah.
but you know, I didn't expect Houston to go out there and just drop 30 on the Pittsburgh defense. You know, whatever.
What's the level of alarm with Olavi's one catch for 4 yards?
Oh, not at all.
The quarterback got hurt, but what do you feel about that, man? There's got to be a
N-
degree of panic there. No, that's a top
no,
draft capital you had, bro.
no, not at all. He wasn't right. You could hence Kamara getting all those screen passes, bro. He wasn't throwing it, so I'm all right. I'll just chuck that as a low game for him. You'll be back up. There is I'm actually pretty happy with my team right now. I have so much depth. I don't know who to start. That's a good problem to have. The way I'm looking at it.
Christian Watson on your bench. I'm wondering when you're going to start plugging him into that starting role if you haven't already. And then Brian Robinson had another solid day of 12 points. So I'm surprised you're not shopping him to try to upgrade another
Listen,
position.
nobody what I offered this man right here, Andre, on the bottom of the screen, a sick straight, and he didn't take it. And I almost
No,
tricked
I
myself.
didn't
Thank
take
God
it.
I didn't take that.
I didn't take it. I said I was thinking about it.
Listen, either you accept or you don't. So we moved on. And
Shit or get
that's
off the pot, right?
yeah, man. But yeah, I think that's all I got to say. What do you think about this matchup, Trey?
Well, I think you played very well. McCaffrey definitely was your league winner. You know, he bailed you out for 45 points. Your running backs, Herbert, and most didn't do so well. Well, your wide receivers didn't do so well either. You know, I'm looking at your three main wide receivers couldn't get 8 points.
Yeah.
That's a little
Yeah.
alarming. You know, if Emma had to play a different defense instead of Miami against Buffalo, you would be done. I mean,
Yeah, but you know, everything was
now,
calculated. I knew he was gonna do that.
well, Emma has three good running backs: Swift, Jacobs, and Henry. They might not score 20 points every week, but they're double-digit fantasy points every week. If you want underscores, the other one will. And now he just got Kelsey for peanuts.
I think
So
it's
that solidifies him as the top playoff contender.
I think Emma has to be pretty happy with the even though he lost a strong loss, right? We always say that, but in reality, this was the first week that Josh Jacobs really started to get the ball rolling, so to speak, with fantasy points because he's been pretty quiet thus far. So he's hitting 24 points is huge for him. Seeing DeAndre Swift get another week of getting, primarily the most carries is also pretty encouraging, especially when you're going into that season hearing that they have a four-headed rotation. That's 2 straight weeks where he's getting touchdowns, he's getting receptions, things of that nature is pretty encouraging. And then again, first week that Henry had a D Henry game where he, dragged on the defense and got nearly 24 points. All the weeks prior, he was kind of splitting carries with Tajay Spears or whatever, however you pronounce his name, and that was a level of, I think, concern for the Henry owners all across, right? So pretty encouraging, but I thought it was a little strange that he was playing Downs from Indianapolis, but that just goes to show how kind of weak his wide receiver rooms and losing Ayuk, I think obviously weakens it even more. So it's no surprise why Emma's in that chat room saying, hey, he's looking for a wide receiver to trade for. So Emma's saying that there's another trade in the midst or on the horizon for the next coming days. So look out for him to trade for another wide receiver.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, guys. We have Palm's matchup with Calderon. And wow, what a score here, man. I thought this matchup was going to be a lot closer on the podcast last week. I thought that was going to be the game of the week, and I thought it was going to be a nail biter, but Palm really pulled ahead with this one, 153 to 106. And you take a look at his matchups. I mean, 36 points from Josh Allen, 33 from Montgomery with 3 rushing touchdowns. A-Chain, well, how the fuck you pronounce it? 25 points. JJ, 23 points. I mean, his team really balled out, and the ones that didn't ball out, it really didn't matter given, how strong those other performances were. So areas of concern, I think, for Palm is Waddle having a very slow start, which he's alluded to in the chat room. He's well aware of that, but I think that's definitely an area of concern. And then Deebo Samuel, he had that rib injury and basically was a decoy all week. He had about 6 rushing yards on an end around and really didn't do much else other than that. And also surprising, San Francisco just 3 points against the Arizona offense, which we mentioned has been up and coming. So Palm has some things to kind of fine tune over there, but overall his team looks really strong, and his bench, Pierce had a nice day, 81 yards on ground. He had 11 points, and that offensive line is getting healthier and healthier week in, week out. So, questionable things to look out for Palm. But let's take a look at Calderon's matchup. He had a strong start with his top 3. Wilson had a good day. St. Brown, Nakua. It'll be interesting to see Nakua's usage with Cooper Kupp coming back, because I saw in the reports that they're trying to ramp him up. Aaron Jones, what an awful day. 1.9 yards, 18 yards on the ground. That's a huge concern.
He was on a pitch count though, that's why he was just introduced back.
Was he banged up?
Yeah, no, he wasn't banged up. Well, he just came back from that injury, so they kept him on a pitch count, and that game got away real quick, bro.
That's true, but you would think that they'd be throwing more and having him as the beneficiary there, because AJ Dillon sucks, bro. He's
awful.
He can't catch either. So that's kind of surprising. And then Goddard, just he might be drop worthy pretty soon. I mean, they have not been looking his way with how many threats they have on that offense in Philly. Gabe Davis, decent day, and then New Orleans, only 3 points there. So, I mean, some decent things happening for Calderon, but ultimately not enough for Palm's juggernaut week, man. So I'll let you guys comment on that as well.
Yeah, there isn't. Go ahead, Dre.
Well, the thing about Calderon, it's Matt LaFleur. He said even before the game, Watson and Jones coming back from injuries, they would be on the snap count. So Jones was not there for the full 20 carries, and he was splitting carries with AJ Dillon, which wasn't so much good either. And again, negative script may love throw more the ball instead of running the ball. Gotta keep that in mind. So obviously those 2 players didn't do so well. And what's gonna happen with Nakua after Kupp comes back? Is he gonna go?
I think he's still gonna be good.
He's still gonna be good, but is he gonna get 20 points every game? Is he gonna down science a little bit?
He's a wide receiver too, with an upside of 1, I think.
You remember when Robert Woods was good? He was actually in his prime. They had him and Kupp feasting over there in St. Louis, I think at the time was, or LA, whatever.
With my experience with Stafford, he only prefers 1 wide receiver. Back in Detroit, it was all Megatron. Now, before, it was only Coop. He throws to Coop. He looks for Coop. Yeah, he got Coop in his mind, and he got the tie in as a safe.
Maybe he'll just lock in on 1 receiver, but I think you can still support 2.
I mean, Walker automatically, that's a good pick. He's always going to be the starter. It just Jones, that's his.
I think there's nothing that John could have done.
Yeah.
Against 150 points, no matter who he started, man. I mean, you got Josh Allen just went nuclear. So A-Chain on 7 touches too, bro. Only 7 touches he got
He
that.
had 8 touches. He had 8 touches for 100
yeah.
yards and 2 touchdowns.
got
And
juice.
also keep in mind the Buffalo, not the Buffalo. Well, that's even. Well, are we all agree on the hype on a hype train for A-Chain?
No. It's gonna be a week. It's gonna be a waiver wire fly. He's gonna try to trade somebody for that. Don't fall for that, guys. Palm.
Without a doubt, bro. You guys know Palm. You know his
Don't
tactics.
fall for Clay. I'm begging you. Don't fall for that.
I think Deshaun Watson, is he out for a while? Because that's something that Calderon has to keep an eye on. But that was a savvy pickup, getting Russell Wilson for.
Yeah, it was very smart. Actually, very good.
And I think he's starting next week too because of a bye week, and maybe I remember seeing something like that. But anyway, I thought it was a good pickup, but ultimately not enough to seal the deal against Palm. Palm's looking like a threat, even though he's 2-2. I mean, his team can put up numbers as we saw this week. So. Okay, next matchup, we got Clay squeaking out the victory against Andre. I mean, Andre, what the fuck was going on with your team? After all that shit talk that you were talking to me, your team, you were looking like you were scoring 55 tops at one point during Sunday. You finally got 72. Talk to me about your matchup, man.
This what I can talk. This when it comes is skill versus luck. Burrow didn't play well
like
enough.
This convo.
Higgins got hurt in the second quarter. So did Evans.
Yeah.
So both of them out, and obviously Burrow not playing well enough. So I lost 3 players right there. And my team kind of performed to a degree, and not.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Just Pacheco. Just Pacheco. What you got?
You got 72 points. There's no performance there, bro. Take the L.
They put lipstick on a pig, brother.
I mean, if I were to get 15 points from Burrow, a regular quarterback, I would have beat this game.
Why wouldn't you play Stafford against Indy?
Well, prior to the game,
Burrow's hurt.
No, prior to the game, the reports were Burrow had no injury designation to the game. So I played down. Burrow is supposed to be elite quarterback. Apparently not. So that's a little bit alarming. Do I start him next week? Do I bench him next week? Higgins not there this week. Chase is frustrated. Mixon is doing mixing things.
Listen, man. I think like things could have gone either way. Yeah, injury hurt you with Barkley out and things like that.
That's true. I had 3 injuries. Barkley was out. Higgins was out.
Who's the other injury?
Evans.
Who?
Evans.
His value is close to 0. Any Cincy player right now, other than probably Mixon and Chase, but Higgins, he's banged up.
Yeah,
he wasn't performing even when he was healthy. And
he had one game. He had 2 touchdowns and 100 receivings, and then the following game, which is last week, he got hurt with a hip injury and he was out again. Luck versus skills. What am I supposed to get? He got hurt in the field.
I know you're happy about Pacheco's usage, and that's something to probably feel good about, because if they continue giving him 20 plus carries a week, that's RB1 category right there, because he runs hard, bro. I actually enjoy watching him play because he has a style that's like violent when he runs, and that's like not a running back you see as often nowadays. So I'm actually rooting for him. He's a Rutgers guy, 7th round pick. I hope he's successful, honestly.
Well, the only thing I'm concerned, just moving on real quick, another thing, I'm concerned about Moss. Is Jonathan Taylor being traded? Is he playing this week?
Yeah, that's true.
That's Bing put up some numbers. If Moss is out, I gotta replace this with someone else.
That is so true. Yeah, that's something.
But Clay's team also, you got a lot of players that's not performing.
Well,
he had a decent week other than Sanders and Freiermuth, who got hurt. I mean, his team's averaging probably 10 points a player right now. Yeah, Prescott had a rough week, only 14 points. That kind of hurt him. But
you know what else too? Again, luck versus skill. Really had a 1 reception. The 1 reception that had was a touchdown.
Cole Kmet on his bench, 24 points, 2 touchdowns that he had. That's and he had Freiermuth out. I mean, obviously he won, so it's not a big deal, but wow, definitely opportunity there. And then he's got Chuba Hubbard on the bench now that Sanders hurt, so that's a good cuff to have.
Well, on his defense, Kmet played for the Bears. Players are not a very good team right now.
No, I get that.
Who would have guessed who would score like 2 touchdowns, 85 yards, and 9 targets and 7 receiving.
This is the
it's tough.
This is the fields that we saw at the end of last year that, we expected that he'd be able to carry over into the start of this year. So I'm not saying it's a guarantee that type of performance from Fields, but if he's able to put those types of performances, then Komet and DJ Moore, their stock rises immediately. So that's something to keep an eye on too. And we would be remiss without bringing up Alvin Kamara's, 13 receptions and only getting 33 yards for that. I mean, thank God it's a half point PPR. If it was standard, that would be useless. But wow, does he have it still? Is he is he losing a touch or a speed? Like, I didn't really watch the game, but seeing that stat line, that really jumps out at me.
There was nothing going on in that game. Red zone didn't even show it. So the quarterback was hurt. They weren't able to advance the ball. Everything was a dump off. The one time they put Jameis Winston in there, he chucked it for an interception. So it was absolutely awful. But Clay's got to be happy for it because he's got nothing else on his bench. So that is a solid plug and play for him.
Do you guys think that Clay is in Murph contention?
100%. He's not out.
Yeah,
this win is a mirage.
With Mario's trade, though, how happy do you think he is? He gives him a sense of security, though, I think.
What's that? Oh, what's that?
I think after the trade with Mario, I think that gives him a little sense of security.
Oh, he's gonna get complacent now. He's gonna get complacent. I mean, my man's still starting Dak Prescott. He has made no other moves for another quarterback. Dak Prescott has not been putting up any numbers.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody made him tons of offers, but he's holding still, which is, I guess he knows better.
Well,
but Mario put the white flag, so it's over.
From last year.
Well, last year, Phil, you traumatized Clayton from last year, so he's not going to trade no one.
Listen, that offer I gave him looks gold compared to what Emma got right here.
I have no rebuttal against that.
So I'm a fair person when it comes to trades.
Wow, what a fucking, I can't believe he traded that. All right. Anyway, moving on. We have SB's matchup. I just lost it here. 1 sec. SB went up against I think that's Hugo's team, right? So he chalked up the win 98-83. And again, I don't know how SB's doing it with that ugly ass roster, but he's scraping by W's here. Luckily, Hugo had a rough week for him. So looking at Hugo's roster, I mean, the thing that jumps out at the screen is Diggs, 33 points, 3 titties, 120. What a waste of that performance if you're Hugo. You got to be salty thinking how well he played, and then the rest of your team is Daniel. So Kirk Cousins.
I love it. I love it that Hugo took that L, bro. Absolutely love it.
Bad beats, right? That's a bad loss right there.
Bad beats. And losing to SP. Also, let's talk about it. They bet Pokemon cards, bro.
That's right. And looking at the Magic, Kirk Cousins, 11 points against Carolina defense. I think what happened was he threw a pick early on, and that kind of got in his head, and he wasn't able to shake that out because he really didn't throw much after that, guys. It was 139 passing yards. So definitely not the Kirk that we've seen throwing 340, multiple times this week. He had a game throwing 360 at one point too. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And then Pollard, what is going on there? I know New England defense is tough, but 47 yards on the ground and only 7.5 fantasy points. Ramondre Stevenson also banged up. That's a bit concerning. 30 rushing yards against, Dallas defense is good, but this entire roster, I think, is a yellow flag right now for Hugo. He's got Waller with 3 points on the starting tight end position. I know he's not feeling too confident about that. And then the goose egg from Addison, getting no play. So
I called it. I called it last week that Addison wasn't it, and then he kept saying that Addison was it. It's not it, bro.
It's not. Yeah, and then
maybe he had a bad week, And look, to be fair, Addison has to put up some numbers. He got 14 points for week 1, 14 points week 2. Last week he got 8 points and eight targets on 8 targets. Last week he got nothing against Carolina.
We've all seen Kirk Cousin implode, and he can only support one wide receiver, bro.
It wasn't even a primetime game, too.
Yeah, but
and then
and Lockett also, man, he's he's not performing, bro.
Well, Gino got hurt, and then Drew Lock was just throwing it to Noah Fant, and they were running the ball. There was no need to really throw it like crazy. So, but then
it goes back to the script. Like when the Seattle was up by 14-3 or 15-3, there's not much to throw. Just run the ball into the clock.
Yeah, basically.
You see your running backs running so well and getting the first downs.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like the wide receivers in Seattle, it's the boomer bust. Either one eats or one doesn't.
Did you guys see the I think Herbert got hurt and they've wrapped some kind of like stabilizer on his
he
finger.
fractured his finger.
Yeah, and this dude came back and had a pretty serviceable day. I mean, he didn't throw.
Bro, he came back and he threw a bomb to Josh Palmer at the end for like 50 yards to seal the game.
Seal it, yeah. And I mean, it wasn't like a crazy day throwing. He only had 167, but he's a gritty, tough player. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. So a nice day on his end. And we talked about DJ Moore already for Chicago. He had a big 131 day reception wise and had a touchdown as well. 23 points for SB there. And that really carried his momentum. Him and Herbert, I think, really put him into a position to win that week because the rest of his team, mediocre performance, enough to get to 98 points. Optimistic that Najee Harris had a nice week, 71 yards for him. I think he'll take that week in, week out. But nothing really much else to discuss there. Kyle Pitts is droppable for SB. Slayton, who the fuck is starting Slayton now in week 5? So
listen, how do you lose to somebody starting Slayton and Kyle Pitts, bro?
Talk about Hugo. You gotta explain.
How do you do that?
How? He's too busy trying to sell golf. Yo, golf's on the block. Golf's on the block. Like, seriously, no one cares.
Goff didn't do shit either. 12 points out of Goff, so he would have been.
Not even.
I got Fields sitting on my bench, bros. Holla at your boy.
God, bro, that is brutal. All that talk about Ferguson, he didn't even fucking play Ferguson.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about, I just want to add one thing. SP wide receivers that played really well this last week. Yeah. And his running back didn't do play so well. But again, Eckler, his first round pick, he's hurt.
Yes.
And so is
Jonathan Taylor's about to come back. And if he gets Jonathan Taylor and Eckler, that's gonna be a sleeper team.
That's true.
Is he really coming back though? Is he asking for a trade?
Yeah, they made up.
Well, however,
allegedly.
Teams are notorious not to start their main players so they don't get hurt and try to trade them to somewhere else. Why would you want to play your best player and he gets hurt and then you lose all your value?
Even despite him having Eckler out, he's still scrapping along to 2-2 is SB. Imagine he didn't pass up on JJ or some of these other guys or C-Mac.
I mean, I would understand.
That's gonna haunt him all year, bro.
I kind of understand.
You would have been 4-0.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
If I had a better quarterback, I'll be 4-0.
What's that? Say that last part.
If I had a better quarterback, I'll probably be 4-0.
Yeah.
Look, I lost to Alex because Burrow didn't play well.
I mean, yeah, Alex. I don't know how you could lose to Alex. Alex's team is absolutely garbage.
How close are you to dropping Burrow, bro? Be honest.
I'll get back to that in a little bit.
Huh?
I'll get back to that in a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll discuss further, but let's talk about the last matchup of last week. We had Alex's matchup. He got the win over Mario.
He pushed Mario to the brink, bro. He broke Mario.
And Mario had a strong 108 day, but Alex just did better at 123. Alex had a huge day from AJ Brown, 2-touchdown game, $175 on the air to give him 34 points. That stack with Hurts is going to be a problem all year round. But he really relied on that because there was a lot of lackluster performances, the rest of his roster. Cooper didn't do shit. Myers didn't do shit. Madison had a decent day, 10 points. But and then he had McLaurin. Scary Terry had a touchdown, but also a fumble. So there's some weak spots on Alex's team. And I can easily see, if AJ Brown doesn't have a huge blow up game like that, I could see his team struggling. He's just lucking out right now. So, let's see how long his luck goes for. His bench is absolutely awful. There's nothing to discuss on his bench. And then Mario, what happened with him? He just had Kyron Williams, 26 points. I know he's banged up a little bit. And then Jacksonville defense, 21 points. And Nothing else really to discuss on my end for Mario's team. CJ Stroud, 21 points on the bench. Actually, one more thing, is it going to come to a point where Mario is going to decide to make the start for CJ Stroud over Tua? I mean, I'm not saying that's an easy decision to make, but Stroud has been balling out, guys. I mean, he's probably one of the top fantasy quarterbacks at this time. What do you guys think?
I think he had he had a weak first game, but he's definitely showing up, man. He's a
Balling, bro.
solid 420 points.
Yeah.
So, but Tua has it in him to
Yeah.
put up like that 28, 30 point,
It was a tough
So
matchup, obviously, against Buffalo. But
yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to start Stroud, what's the point of having him? Trade him, bro. That's value right there.
Well,
Well,
Tua,
nobody's trading for a quarterback. No one in this league is trading for a quarterback.
I mean, you can get serviceable streamers for free, instead of
Yeah.
paying a premium. So I don't know. I feel like you got
Yeah.
to package him with something to get some good upgrades somewhere, especially after that trade he just did, especially being in the gutter now with 0-4 Murph contention. I don't know, man. Desperation mode is striking for Mario.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That trade makes no sense to me. He let go of a tight end and a running back for what? Two wide receivers and I even forget what the other one was, and a tight end back. Oh, absolutely awful. But he needed starting wide receivers because George Pickens ain't doing shit.
Yeah, that's surprising, but it's the quarterback play. Kenny Pickens or whatever. He sucks, bro.
Yeah. So,
Not
but
him.
I think Alex is definitely lucked out of that Washington and
Yeah.
Eagles game because that shit went to overtime and AJ Brown caught
Yeah.
that bomb at the end and McLaurin was just balling. That was his to go guy. I'm surprised that the Eagles allow McLaurin to feast like that. I know he's good and everything, but I expected more from the Philadelphia defense.
No, they played Philly very tough. And if you remember last year, they were the team that gave Philly the most trouble. I think they beat them. Whether that was a home or away, I don't remember. But they're capable, man. And these divisional games are harder than people think, man.
well, if I want to add to this and be complete unbiased, I think Alex Smith is well-rounded team. He's gonna make the playoffs, and he got positions everywhere that even if one player don't perform, the other one can pick up the slack. The the Hurts AJ Brown combo is very deadly. Just right there, got him 60 points between those two players. I
And
mean, not 60, but 58. 4, 7 points. Well, they were playing from behind, so not much going on there. But he got 18 carries, which is good. Well, not 18, 9 carries, and they play with the backup quarterback, not Deshaun Watson. So
Yeah.
you got to put that into the variable. And
Listen, it's not a bad team, but
it's
his
not a
bench
bad
is
team.
absolutely awful.
Well, he has
What?
no depth.
I think
Yeah.
worth noting and transitioning into the Fab, he had an interesting pickup of Jaleel McLaughlin for
We're gonna talk about that.
39 Fab. And I don't hate that you went for him, but you spent a lot of money. And again, you can go either way with that conversation of what are you saving your money for? It's getting to the point where you need these players that break out. But in my opinion, it's for 1 week because Javonte Williams, he's not out for the freaking season, bro. You're gonna have a rental for 1 week, and that's a hefty price to pay, in my opinion. I know a lot of the league, probably half of the league, went after him. I don't have the thing up right now, but what do you guys think about that $39 acquisition there, man?
I think he definitely overspent it because it shows on his desperation, man. He has next week he was going to start Singletary.
Wow,
That's how bad it is over there.
so he needed to really win that bid. Do you have the bids up in front of you? I don't have it. But I
I
think
do. I have
No,
one.
you
I have
have
one
it
here. I
right.
know. I have it. I'll tell you exactly the the people who bet on it. Well, obviously Alex was the winner, 39 points, 39 fab dollars.
Yeah.
Then Ali and Phil with $15 each.
15.
Listen, I'll be honest. I had him at 29, and then I'm thinking, man, he's not worth that 29 then I'm like, I'm gonna lower it because I don't think anybody's gonna go crazy for maybe a shot in the dark. Then I lowered to 15. And then it's 39, bro.
Okay.
He would have beat me by $10. I mean, I didn't really need him. but I felt maybe it could be a trade bait, you know?
Bro, he's 5'7", 168 pounds soaking wet. He's not a bell cow, man. He may have a decent week, and maybe that's all he needs for it. But $39 for a decent 1 week, I think, is a little bit overpaying in my humble opinion. But
Well, but also Alex had a lot of money to blow out. I mean, he had like
that's
close
the
to
other thing.
85 points.
Bro, there's still 3 teams with $100 spent. For the life of me, I don't understand that. But
Yeah,
sometimes you just got that much depth, bro. I mean, what can I say?
I guess, bro. But anyway,
I mean, yeah.
Well, I think the next biggest acquisition, and I think a really good one that I even had my eye on, but being so Cardinals invested, Michael Wilson ends up going for $26 to Palm. I think that was a great pickup. I see this kid being a baller, and he's great with his routes. He's got great size. Ultimately, it's are they going to continue to get him targets, or is Hollywood Brown going to be the guy? Is Dobbs going to continue to be the quarterback once Kyler is cleared? Is that dynamic going to change with his favorite target? So there's a lot of question marks, but rookie wide receiver, he's a nice pickup, man. I have nothing bad to say about it. And I know also like half the league went after him as well.
Why didn't Mario go all out if he needed a wide receiver that bad? And this guy's putting up numbers. I wouldn't, yeah, 17. He did go a little bit, but you need it, bro. Mario would have found, he would have been MVP of the wave of the Fab this year because he got Kyron and he would have gotten this bro right here.
That's true.
He would have gotten maybe a wide receiver 2, and he already found an RB1. So
it looks like he had a backup plan getting Michael Gallup for $5. I don't really have a comment to make on that. I don't think he's a great player. I don't think he's an awful player.
I do have a comment on this Michael Wilson.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm just looking at his status here.
Go ahead.
Game 1 have 4 targets and 2 receivings, 3 targets and 2 receivings, 2 targets and 2 receivings. Now this game he broke out. Maybe because we're playing from behind against San Francisco. Is this gonna be like one game wonder? Because obviously he only gets 2 passes per game, and those passes turn out to be 50 yards or 45 yards or catch a run. It's not getting the targets.
He's had targets though. I think this is the second week in a row he's had decent
No, bro, I'm looking at right here. Yeah, only 2 targets week 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have like long passes. But passes.
You know what? I think it was you, Phil. You said it in the chat. You got in this league, we're so competitive. You almost have to be taking.
You have to either you're early,
yes,
or you're late, and if you're on time, you got to pay up.
You hit the nail on the head. A day late and $1 short if you don't hit it early. So, and I think that's a testament to our league, bro. We're competitive. We care. We get after it. We want to talk shit about every little move. So
nobody wants to wake up that Monday morning with fucking salt in their mouths. So
agreed.
Actually, after Tuesday morning or Monday morning, that's the worst. That's when your team underperforms.
Yeah, especially on a Thursday fucking night when your 2 players combined for like 3 fucking points and you think it's over with, but you still come out with a W, baby. Let's fucking go. Talk about it. Anyway, moving on. Mario also gets Houston defense for $1, dropping Jacksonville. What is Houston? Who do they play this week? Let's see. Why did he pick him? Atlanta. I mean, I could go either way. That's actually a kind of risky pickup in my opinion, but he feels good about it.
It's $4,
Yeah. No, it's just bringing it up though. Obviously he's gonna start him, Houston rather. So worth bringing up. But then I got Josh Dobbs for $1 as well, dropping Geno. I feel good about the kid, man. I talked about it in the chat. They have design runs for this guy. He's shown he's an athlete. He's been a journeyman all year round, but something's happening over here in Arizona, and obviously I have Hollywood Brown too, so maybe I get a little fancy one day with a stack. I'm not saying it's a sexy stack, but if there's a connection that could really help my case there with having an upset win. So I had that move, and then free agency wise, Ali woke up at 5 a.m. to pick up Ronnie Rivers, Kyron Williams backup since he's hurt. I don't hate it. That's a good pickup. I'm actually surprised no one bid $1 at least for him. So I actually like the pickup there, Ali. And then Andre, who just went up to get another beer, I think he picked up Curtis Samuel, which I know he had one good game last week. Okay, he had a couple decent weeks, but you know, is he going to be worth starting? He's kind of like a gadget player, no?
Well, now the thing is, for me, it's like I'm filling holes. I got 2 buys and I have 2 hurt players.
Okay.
Take one might not even play. I have to fill holes somehow, and I bid for those players, Mike Wilson and the running back. I just didn't be high enough. I didn't get those. Again, I wasn't willing to bet $40
Mhm.
on my class or on the Denver running back, and was not willing to bet more than 10 because I have a lot of wide receivers. I have no room to make for those. That's my reasoning.
Do you guys have the transaction page up or no?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Talk about the Brock Purdy pickup for Kev because I got to get.
Yo, Kevin, I'm telling him, bro, you need a quarterback. Talk to me. Talk to me. My man rather pick. He rather pick up Brock Purdy. But I don't know. I guess he's just taking an L this week because he know it's he cannot beat me, so which is understandable. I mean, I don't know if there's any other quarterbacks he could have picked up. To be honest,
I'm gonna go pick back on your point, Phil. No one's willing to trade for quarterback when you can pick up Brody off the free agents and scoring 20 points every game, and while Golf gets 12 points per week.
Yeah, but he's going
Makes
against
no sense.
Dallas. What don't you think they're gonna game plan to just run and be safe? They're not gonna let him throw. I don't think so, at least.
Well, I think he's better than what's out there. Look, he's just gonna pass dump to McCaffrey and he'll do the rest.
Well, like I said, nobody's training for a quarterback. Everybody's being petty. So
not petty. It's just people don't care about quarterback as much as they care about wide receivers or running backs or tight ends.
But think about it. This is a weird year right now for quarterbacks. Like there's the top players, the Pat Mahomes, they're like having pedestrian years in comparison to prior years.
Oh, tell me about it, Arthur. Tell me about
Lamar
it.
Jackson, Burrow, like they're not balling out like you thought they would, right? And they, Trevor.
Oh, look at that. I thought I had a quarterback curse. I guess not, huh?
You got spared this year. Now the whole league has a quarterback curse.
There you go. Oh, bro. And then we got, after this quarterback fiasco here, we got, Kevin is in bye week hell. So he had to pick up Braxton Berrios, which it could be a throwing a dart, man. The guy could go for a touchdown, but
he had a nice week this week.
Yeah. Did he? Yeah. 6 targets and a touchdown. Yeah. I mean, that was a blowout game.
Instead of Waddle. I mean, Waddle didn't do shit.
Yeah. Waddle's there's some concerns with Waddle right now. I don't think there's not much else to talk about. Only Hugo maybe picking up Gibbs' season. Oh my God, my man is hurting right here.
That's pain right there. Pain. Yeah, there's pain everywhere.
And I know Arthur, you picked up you had to go for a tight end, so you went to Conklin.
Little bye week filler. I mean, I saw Zach Wilson actually peppering him with targets last week. And listen, bro, the kid looked good. Zach Wilson looked like he had a little bit of pep in his step in comparison to other weeks. So if he wants to keep peppering Conklin for this 1 week, I'll be happy and I'll drop his ass like a fucking bad habit next week, brother.
The question about Zach Wilson is, will he be consistent?
No.
He's got Denver defense, so if he's going to be, this is going to be the week, man. It's a trash.
This is a Brees Hall week, bro.
We have seen flashes of him last year and the year before. He has some good games and going a stretch of 4 or 3 bad games.
You saw that report that they're going to take the training wheels off of Brees Hall?
Yeah, it's going to be a Brees Hall week. It's going to get his confidence up. It's going to get the whole team up. They're going to run all. And plus, there's beef between Sean Payton and So this game is going to be a game to watch, bro, I think, because of all that drama. And they're going to let this – and that whole team is going to come with the beef.
I think worth noting is Calderon. Again, Calderon's been having some sneaky good free agency pickups here. He got Sam Howell, who I'm facing against this week with my matchup with Calderon. And Sam Howell is going against the worst defense in the league, arguably, with the Chicago Bears. So I thought that was a good sneaky ad for this week. And let's just transition then into my matchup with Calderon. So looking at my quarterback matchup, I have some concern, man. I have T. Law right now going up against Buffalo at Buffalo, and I'm not feeling confident about that at all. And that kind of comes into my decision to pick up Josh Dobbs this week. He's got a pretty pedestrian matchup going up against who are they playing? Let me scroll. Cincinnati. So, it's still early, but I'm actually leaning to make that switch over to Dobbs. So it's like, I mean, it's not a sexy move. It's a little ballsy move in my opinion, but I feel better doing that than trusting a Trevor Lawrence that has had a slow start relatively to the year, and not by his fault. He's been putting the ball where he needs to put it, but the play calling hasn't been great, and there's been a lot of drops by his wideout. So I think his stats should be better, but I hate the matchup. So I'm actually going to pivot probably to Dobbs, and Sam Howell going up against Chicago concerns me to some extent, but I'm at ease in some regard because it's a Thursday night matchup. So historically, those Thursday night matchups are fucking brutal, and the offenses are struggling, and not much is happening. So I'm not expecting him to be a world beater on a Thursday night, but we'll see. And then Calderon's got the matchup of St. Brown against Carolina defense. We saw Carolina defense do some good things against the Vikings. So I know Justin Jefferson still had a day, but we'll see what he does.
Yeah, but St. Brown is injured, bro. He might not play.
No,
Yeah.
I think he's playing. He's playing.
He was held out of practice today. Something about his abdomen. It's not about his toe.
It's a veteran.
So they're saying they and plus they got that other wide receiver back, so they just might let him take a backseat.
Yeah. And then he's got Nakua going against Philly defense. Philly defense just let up a shit ton of points to the Commanders. So to be seen what kind of team you're going to get there. And then Michael Thomas going up against the New England defense, who just brought back over J.C. Jackson for pennies on the dollar. I think it was like a late whatever pick. So I don't know. Not Christian Watson. What's that? The rookie corner for the Patriots. He got hurt.
Christian Gonzalez.
He's out. He's out for the year. So I don't know. Are we going to have a big day from Olave, or is it going to be Michael Thomas? So we'll see about that. And then my wide receiver matchups, I have CeeDee Lamb at San Francisco. That's a tough matchup. Christian Kirk at Buffalo. Another tough matchup. And then Nico Collins at Atlanta. Atlanta actually has a really fucking good secondary, man. AJ Terrell, whatever. He's a shutdown corner, so I'll be looking to see whether they're going to stick him on to Nico Collins or if he's going to be following Tank Dell. But even the other corner that they have, Jeffrey Okudah, was a former first-round pick for the Lions, so he's more than capable of having a decent day himself. So,
regardless what corner they have, Nico Collins is the start.
He's him, bro. I mean, yeah, but listen, the secondary matchup that does matter, and depending on if they play more man coverage versus zone is going to be more dictative, I think, on if Tank Dell or Nico Collins has a better day. So we'll see about that. So tough matchups, I think, there. And then at running backs, I have Bijan Robinson against Houston defense, and James Conner I'm going with finally against Cincinnati defense. Meanwhile, John has Aaron Jones at Las Vegas, and then he's got a stack of AJ Dillon. That might be subject to change, or maybe that's on purpose. He's also playing him. At tight end, if Luke Musgrave is healthy, I'll be starting him against Las Vegas. He had a concussion, so I think I saw a report he was back at practice, but don't quote me on that. And then Dallas Goedert for Calderon going at Los Angeles Rams. I'm going with my flex, Jahmyr Gibbs against Carolina. And the reason why I'm doing that, Carolina defense, they've been like okay. And I think it's going to be more of a passing type of game where I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get more receptions than Montgomery. Who fucking knows, bro? I might be completely wrong on that, given, what Dan Campbell's been doing. But I'm just talking myself into that for right now. And then he's got Gabe Davis, who just scored a touchdown last week, going up against Jacksonville defense. Defense matchups, I've got Washington in a Thursday night matchup with Chicago. That's on purpose. I love those Thursday night matchups for the defenses, especially against Chicago. I don't think Fields is him. I think he had a great week because a lot of people are talking shit about him, but I think he comes back down to earth this week. That's my opinion. And he's got New Orleans defense going at Foxborough in against New England. Sorry. So all in all, of course, I'm biased. I'm going with myself with the win over John. He's got bye weeks. He's got some banged up players. Ultimately, I think I'm going to take this one. What do you guys think?
I think that he's got no other choice. That's why he's got AJ Dillon. Maybe he's working up a trade. Maybe he's working up a trade, but there's also a Cooper Kupp coming back this week. They said he was full practice. Mm-hmm. So he may slide him in, man. He may remove Michael Thomas from there and rock out that lineup. I think he could start Nakua and Cooper Cup. But man, if he doesn't trade for a running back, I don't see him winning this. I don't see him winning because we all seen what Dylan put up, man. He's not putting up nothing.
He's gonna have the whole Rams wide receiver room with Tutu Atwell there on his bench too. I wonder if he's gonna drop him pretty soon because are they gonna be able to sustain 3 wide receivers in that offense? That's hard to believe.
That's what I was saying before. Like when Coop comes back, is it gonna be all Coop or just Nakua? It can't be both of them getting fed at the same time, especially Higby on the back end and the Williams as a running back. I mean, I like this matchup to you, Arthur. I think you have the upper hand because you have a better team. And John running backs are not that good. I mean, I know you were on a bye, but you're gonna play both Packers running back.
Had his team not been on the bye, I would have picked. If he had Kenneth Walker playing, I would have picked him.
Even AJ Dillon without John, he still didn't perform.
Yeah, no, AJ Dillon's a drop.
Yeah, agree there. I mean, he's just holding on because in case Aaron Jones gets hurt again, that's the cuff, obviously. But I think there's some cuffs that aren't even worth having, man. I think he's fallen, and that's so disappointing because I had him last year too. I had high hopes and just fucking deflating having AJ Dillon, man. So okay, moving on. Next matchup we have Phil. Phil, you're going up against SB. Congratulations on the bye week, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate the win. I look forward to retaining my crown for another week, because I'm already 3-1, about to be 4-1, and it looks like I'm cruising to the playoffs.
Oh man, SB's team, and I keep doubting he's still scraping by with wins. So maybe I'm your good luck charm, SB. I'm gonna keep hating on you so you can get this upset here this week, brother.
Bro, I am not losing to somebody that is playing 2 tight ends against me. I am not Hugo. Don't compare me to bum ass Hugo squad. I mean, look, he's got a backup quarterback going. Not a backup
break it
quarterback.
down, Phil. You got this. Break this.
Yeah, like he's got block. He's got Purdy going against Dallas D. I don't think he's gonna be doing any damage there. So we can consider like a 15-point game. More against Washington. I can see him doing a thing. And D Hop is washed, bro. I don't know. Barrios, okay, he might be a boom or bust. Najee Harris, he's not doing nothing. It's a divisional game. Elliott, bro. I mean, come on, man.
He might score 60 points this week.
So Kyle Pitts and Ertz, I'm not even gonna talk about that. And then my team, I think I'm on track to put up another good week, man. And I got Richardson, Tennessee, Olave. He needs to step up, bro. Come on, what's going on? Pittman too. I got that stack. Hopefully that starts working out. I know those guys came up with matching T-shirts last week, but that didn't. That didn't do anything for me because he only put up 4 points. And we got my boy Watson on the lineup right now, so I'm ready to see what he's about.
That's big.
CMC. I'm gonna put Brian Robinson because everybody's destroying Chicago.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, Mostert. I think there's not much to talk about because I'm SP's got 2 bye weeks, man. It's really gonna hurt him. And plus, is Herbert gonna be healthy when he comes back? Is that hand gonna bother him? I know it's not a throwing hand, but still.
If there's a silver lining, it was a great week to get hurt having that extra bye week or rest.
Yeah, but SB Sleeper is a sleeper team because he got 2 players that could potentially come in and put up 15 to 20 points starting. He's got Eckler
and Taylor when they come back.
Eckler and Taylor, bro.
That's the point I was making before. Is it Taylor really coming back?
Bro, he is. He has to play. I mean, unless they trade, even if he gets traded, he's gonna put up points on the other team. He's that talented. I think he's that talented. So, but regardless, he still got that stash. And my bench, man, I don't know who to play really. I got Herbert, Dell.
Herbert had a nice week.
He had a nice week, but that was also against Denver. So we gotta see if he duplicates that. And Dell, I'm gonna keep on my bench right now. I got no place for him on my starting lineup as of now. Zay Jones coming back, but that offense, that Trevor Lawrence, he's gotta get better.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if McCaffrey gets hurt against Dallas defense?
He won't get hurt, bro. Let's not talk about these things.
I don't wish injury. I don't wish injury on anyone, but bro, think about it.
No. He's not gonna get hurt. So,
Okay.
I'm hoping.
McCaffrey,
Even
man,
if he gets hurt,
McCaffrey.
bro, we got depth for days.
Yeah, McCaffrey, that's your league winner right there. There's nothing to talk about him.
What do you mean no reason? Look at the rest of my squad. I'm deep. It's deep, bro.
I'm talking about McCaffrey. There's nothing to talk about him. He's plug and play
Oh,
to the
okay, yeah.
rest. That's it. There's nothing bad I can say about him. He's
And,
getting
and
20. He's getting 20 carries per game plus receiving. There's not much to talk about him.
Bro, SP, thank you for this dub, bro. Thanks for not training for nobody. Thanks for being complacent, man. I'm gonna take this dub. And let me know if you want to bet, bro. I don't like Pokemon cards, but I do like beers.
Dre, you
ice,
have
especially ice. You love ice.
We might see an ice this week. Dre, any other on this matchup or no?
I mean, the only thing I can say about SP, there's nothing wrong playing two tight ends if you're really in a pinch in a bye.
There is absolutely something wrong about playing two tight ends, Dre. Only you do that.
But and SP and Pitts,
what? Bro.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We got Palm's matchup against Mario. Yikes.
Oh, and I picked me to win, obviously. But okay.
Yikes, bro. We saw what Palm did last week. And is this going to be another blow up week for Palm, sending Mario into an 0-5 oblivion? Is that what's
Mario just made a serious trade right now, you know? Mario just made we should be scared of Mario's trade.
Oh boy. Oh, these matchups. So Palm has Josh Allen off that huge juggernaut week. He's going against Jacksonville defense at home. And Mario's got Tua against the Giants. Honestly, both are going to have a good week. So let's see what the difference for the points is on that regard. Then he's got Palm's got Justin Jefferson versus the Chiefs. He's got Jalen Waddle against the Giants and Deebo Samuel against Dallas if nothing changes from now until then. Mario's got Drake London against Houston. He actually had a touchdown last week. That was good. And then Pickens versus Baltimore and the newly acquired Brandon Ayuk going up against Dallas defense. Palm's got A-Chain against the Giants, Montgomery against Carolina, and Mario has ETN at Buffalo, Kyron Williams against the Eagles. Those are pretty tough matchups for his running backs. Palm's got Higbee going up against Philly and newly acquired Laporta against Carolina. I actually like Laporta a lot. I think that matchup is good as well. I see him having a nice day. At flex, Palm's going with Damian Pierce against Atlanta defense, and Mario's got Jerry Jeudy at the Jets, or at home against the Jets, sorry. And then San Fran defense for Palm going against Dallas offense. If that doesn't change, he has Dallas defense as well on his bench. And then Mario's got Houston defense at Atlanta. Needless to say, going with Palm based on sheer talent, not even considering the matchups. What do you guys say?
Well,
I'm looking at the. Okay, ahead, Dre.
I think Palm has a better hand. He's got better players and better matchups. I mean, Justin Jefferson, I don't mind 20 points. Allen against Jacksonville. A-Chain, you have to start on a hype train right now. Montgomery, 30 carries last week. Pierce is the RB1 in Houston. There's not much to talk about there. On Mario's team, and now London is a hit or miss. Pickens is a hit or miss.
Shaking my neck at Mario's team.
I mean, bro, he traded for two wide receivers and you're not starting it. So he's got the other one on the bench. So he basically downgraded a tight end for a somewhat wide receiver. So I don't know. I don't get it. This is Palm all day. Unless A-Chain comes back to earth, and your boy takes over the other running back from Detroit, has a better game. You know, Waddle's been not performing. Is Deebo healthy?
Ew, why did Emma just picked up Darnell Mooney? Okay.
I think I know why he did that.
Why?
Because Claypool is getting cut.
So what?
So we got nothing else to pick up.
He didn't play last week or the week before. Darnell Mooney didn't have any impact, did he?
Oh, but he's a free agent. In worst case, he can just drop it. I mean, we're gonna do it.
All right, that matchup is trash. Since Emma just picked up Mooney, we're gonna talk about his matchup against Clayton. Emma's got Lamar Jackson at Pittsburgh, and Clayton's got Dak Prescott at San Fran. Tough matchups for both quarterbacks. Um, Going back to Emma, he's got Sutton versus the Jets, Tyler Boyd at Arizona. Remember, Higgins is hurt, so that might be a good play. And then Jamison Williams, fresh off of the suspension, he's starting the kid. And then Clayton's got the matchup with Jamar Chase at Arizona, Calvin Ridley at Buffalo, and then Jahad Dodson against Chicago. Honestly, what a shit matchup and talent wise on Emma. Emma's wide receivers are gross, bro. He's got to upgrade there. Emma's got Josh Jacobs against Green Bay and DeAndre Swift at the Rams. And then Clayton's got Alvin Kamara at New England and Miles Sanders, if he's healthy, at Detroit. Newly acquired Travis Kelce for Emma. He's got a matchup against Minnesota defense. He might feast on that guy, though.
Yeah.
There's no defense in Minnesota. And then Cole Kmet at Washington. So we'll see what kind of day he has. At flex, D. Henry at Indianapolis for Emma, and then Adam Thielen for Clayton going against Detroit. Emma's got Miami defense against the Giants. That's going to be good points. And actually, I don't know. Miami defense just let up a lot of points too. So I take that back. But we'll see about Miami defense. And then Clayton's got Kansas City going against Minnesota. Given this newly acquired trait, I have to go with Emma, hands down here. What do you guys say?
Listen, Emma's team, if you close your eyes when you're looking at the wide receivers, man, it's a stud squad, bro. So, but the thing is, he's got the trade bait to trade for a wide receiver one, and if he does that, holy shit, bro. Yeah, he's got a tight end, and he's got Mixon. Mixon has not been performing, but he's got that name that people love.
Value. Yeah.
So he's got value, but
two on the bench. I mean, he's not what he used to be, but he's still a name that you know of for a tight end.
No, for sure. And listen, the only way I see Clayton winning this is if Chase and really have a blow up game, which that Dre's quarterback is not doing good right now. So we know Chase. I mean, Chase said he's always fucking open, so he may get the squeaky wheel treatment and just do something. And it's against Arizona too. And I was listening to ESPN or whoever it was. They said that calf injury, you got to play through it. And if Burrow plays through it and Chase gets fed targets because he's unhealthy, I mean, he's unhappy. He may put up points, man, but still, I don't see how. Only if Derrick Henry regresses too. You never know.
Hugo said, "GG to whoever plays Emma in the chat." There's some serious fear now going on here after that trade, and it seems like Emma's catapulted himself up to the
power. Where's the power rankings, John?
Bro, John, you had one job, man.
Bro, you took that away from me because you thought I was biased, so I gave that up. But you're not doing a good job.
We need to revisit that, I think.
Yeah. But no, I see Emma winning this for sure.
What about you, Dre? What do you feel about this matchup?
Well, I think Emma has a very good selection of running backs. You got Jacobs, you got Swift, you got Henry. I mean, and Mixon. Maybe get rid of one of those running backs. Like one, it is Swift for true wide receiver number one, and then use that slot as a wide receiver. That will make Emma like finalist.
Yeah.
And also, I think Clayton seems to shit. Sanders sucks. Sanders sucks.
I agree.
No, I mean,
and a good pickup. Chase is gonna get his points, really, and now he and there. Prescott, I think Clayton's just hopeless.
Oh,
bro, and I offered Clayton the same type of trade that I offered. I'm not gonna say it, bro. I'm not gonna release the goods. No, I offered Clayton the same type of trade I offered Dre, and then they both left me on red. So y'all both deserve to be bottom feeders, to be honest.
Show your cards. We want to know what you offer.
No. That trade may be offered to somebody else who has eyeballs.
All right, moving on. We have Ali's matchup going up against Andre. Andre, break down your matchups, brother. Let's talk about it. Go ahead.
Honestly, I don't feel comfortable about my matchup. I'm still gonna choose me. I mean, I have 2 buys, and Higgins is not playing this week.
Adapt.
And Moss, shut up. And Moss might go back and might split with Jonathan Taylor.
You think Moss? I mean, you think Saquon is going to be healthy enough to play this week?
Well, if he doesn't play, I can't put a breather in. It's not great, but the last 2 games he put up 10 points.
Yeah,
so
no,
at least it's not that terrible.
Mhm.
But and Ali got Mahomes, Ali got Leo, Hill, Adams.
Honestly,
Paul
doesn't look terrible off of like a bye week type of fill in. Like there's worse plays you can make here, but in my opinion, I think Ali's team is pretty star studded, man. That wide receiver room is tough. So break down those matchups for us, Trey.
Well, Pat Mahomes always got to play. I think Pat Mahomes is going to have a bounce back. He's going to put up some points, like 25 points. Stafford, maybe. I'm still debating between Stafford or Burrow. Do I give Burrow another chance against Arizona, or do I roll with Stafford with Coop coming back against Philadelphia defense, which is not very good this year? They have some injured players in the secondary. I'm thinking about it. Not sure yet. Wilson, I'm gonna play Wilson. He has shown signs, even with Zach Wilson, he still can be productive to a degree. Tyreek Hill, gotta start him. There's no question about it. Adams against Dobbs. Dobbs last week he did put up a good game, and the week before, and I have buys, so I'm gonna use Dobbs to fill up my buys. Adams revenge game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Revenge
game. Adams is very good. Revenge game. He might get up. He might put up 25 points on me. Who knows?
He will.
Curtis Samuels is a throw in the dart. You know, it's a hit or miss. I could get like 10 points from him. I could get 4 points from him. Not much choice there. Reed is not that good. I don't think Reed's gonna put up any points. Pacheco going against Minnesota. I think Pacheco is the start. I like Pacheco. I think he's gonna get some points. I think he's gonna run hard, may get a touchdown.
If they give him 20 carries, he may get 2 touchdowns, bro.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Because at the end zone, they give him McKinnon the end zone touches, but not every game. So you see. James Cook against Jacksonville. I think he's gonna put up some points too. Barkley might play. If he plays, I'm gonna plug him in. He might get 12 points, 13 points. You'll see. Brace Hall. I think he's okay.
He's gonna ball, bro. He might just win alone.
Yeah.
Against Denver, it's very possible. It's very possible. I think Mike tight end Hawkinson against Kansas City is gonna have the better upside against Hunter Herring. Even though Herring is getting some points, getting some targets, but he's a little bit inconsistent. Some games he plays well, some games he plays not so good. Again, my flex, Zach Moss against Williams. Williams hurt, he might not even play. So it's a toss up in my opinion.
Got Cam Akers though itching to get into the the playing field over there in Minnesota. That might be an interesting pivot.
Maybe. He definitely got the room for it. He doesn't have to play Williams. He can play Akers. He can play
Rivers if
depending on if Kyron is hurt.
I think Ali got the better hand. I think he's gonna win, but I'm still gonna choose my team because my team will never go against my team. Who knows? Maybe now I get a good.
Right, there's no way you're winning this. I'm gonna be flat out honest. There is no way. Take the L right now before Thursday starts because it might make you feel better about next week when your players come back healthy. I mean, Tyreek Hill going against the Giants, he's gonna torch the Giants, bro. Torch. He might drop 25, and then you got Brees Hall going against Denver. They're gonna run. They're gonna destroy. And I'm not even gonna talk about your matchups because there's not much you're gonna be able to do.
Not that it matters.
Not that it matters. Just my personal opinion. I'd rather Higgins sit out. Evans, it's on bye, and so is Palmer. Get them all get healthy. Get everything out of the way now, so next week will come out stronger.
Like I said,
it could be worse.
The L this week.
I could have Clayton's team. I could have Murray's team.
He won with the L. Not that it matters, but Ali's defensive matchup. Interesting going Detroit against Carolina when he's got Baltimore on his bench going against Pittsburgh. And we know Kenny Pickett is hurt. So Like I said, I don't think it's going to matter in regards to the score at the end of the day. Sorry, Dre, but
That's okay.
interesting thought. I'd probably go with Baltimore. That's just me.
No problem.
All right, next and final matchup of this week, we're looking at Alex going up against Hugo. Let's take a look at this matchup here. Loading up. So Alex has got the stack of Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown against the Rams. He's also got Myers. He loves Myers for some reason, going against Green Bay, and Scary Terry on Thursday going against Chicago. Meanwhile, Hugo's wide receivers are Stephon Diggs versus Jacksonville, Devonta Smith against the Rams, and Jordan Addison against the Chiefs. Looking at the running back room for Alex, he's got Madison going against and as of now, Singletary is the starter going against Atlanta. Meanwhile, Hugo's got Pollard at San Francisco and Ramondre Stevenson, if he's healthy, going against New Orleans. So kind of tough matchups there. Alex has Easy E, Evan Ingram going against Buffalo at Buffalo. And then Hugo's pivoting to Burger, Mr. Ferguson, going against San Fran defense. Alex is flexing his shiny new toy in McLaughlin for Denver. He's going against the Jets. And Hugo's going Jalen Warren, Pittsburgh running back, going against Baltimore defense. Actually, I think that may be a sneaky good play given the divisional matchup. And they might throw the ball a little bit. And I think he's got a little bit more juice than what Najee Harris has. Alex has Atlanta defense going against Houston, and Hugo has New England defense going against New Orleans. I think this is an interesting matchup. I don't love what I'm seeing from Pollard and Stevenson, and they have hard matchups. They had rough weeks last week, and I think Stevenson's banged up too. I'm gonna go actually Alex with the upset here, just based on his matchups. I don't love Alex's running back room, but I think they're gonna have enough to overcome Hugo's team. What are your opinions, guys?
No, for sure. I mean, the only thing that I find questionable is Denver's beginning cooked, and how many I still would start Dalvin Cook, man. I mean, how many attempts he get last? No, maybe not.
He's
Maybe
washed,
not.
bro. He's washed.
No, maybe not. You're right.
I
But
dropped him in Palms League, one league chat, yeah, but like teams are, fantasy teams are dropping Cook, bro. He's not good.
Alex is definitely bye week hell, and I don't know, man. I don't. I mean, I like AJ Brown. I like his wide receivers, but Singletary and McLaughlin, I can't see it, man. I think I like Hugo right here
But
to take this game.
Hear me out. I think this is going to be based on Hugo's matchups. I think this is going to be one of these games that if Alex is able to get a 25-point game or 30-point game out of AJ Brown or McLaurin or something like that, like it's going to be enough, I think, to.
But Alex's team has not been performing. He's had a couple weeks here and there, and now with the bye weeks, I think he's gonna revert down, man. This is an 80-point week for Alex. Easy 80-point weeks. I think Hugo takes this. But I'm looking at here. Yeah, no, Hugo for sure.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. I just realized this. Why the fuck Alex has 3 Cleveland players on his bench? He got Amari Cooper for Elijah Moore.
It's because we talked shit about the podcast last time, and he dropped after his bench, and he picked up all the other players that were hot, and that's what he did.
That might be a good transition to your new segment soon, Andre. The next segment that will come up, but I'll let you break this matchup a little bit more, and then you lead into the new segment that we're bringing.
I think this matchup could go either way. I don't think the projections matter anything. I think Devonta Smith can have a really big game or like a very slow game. Same for AJ Brown. I guess if AJ Brown gets 25 points, Smith could get like 7, 8. Depends how he goes, especially against the Rams. Cousins against KC. I guess Cousins between Cousins and Golf, we gotta go with Cousins. Hurts is automatic. You have to play Hurts. Diggs versus AJ Brown. I think Diggs got the better hand against Jacksonville defense. Myers against D. Smith. I think Devonta Smith is a little bit better, but Myers, he could have a good game. Who knows? Now his quarterback is back. Garoppolo, Jimmy G. Addison is just dog shit. Well, but however, he's been getting 10 points, solid 10, 15 points. So he's a play.
Except for last week, right?
No, last week he got 10 points. The week before he got 15.
I thought he got a goose egg, Addison.
No, Madison got no.
He got like
he got a touchdown last week. Not touchdown, just like 95 yards and some receiving.
He only got one touchdown.
Yeah, week 1
this season.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can be either one.
So who? No, you got to pick.
I gotta go
Alex?
Because he would just talk so much shit. So I'll go Alex.
That sounds like a good plan, but unfortunately, I think Hugo takes it.
Cool. All right, moving on. What do you got for us, Dre?
All right, guys. So I'm gonna start a new segment here. I'm gonna pick a player from each team, and you're gonna call drop-o-meter. You guys are gonna give me a rate between 1 and 10. 10 is a droppable, and 0 not droppable, and see how good a player is. I'm gonna pick up one player from each team. You guys gotta tell me. First, I'm gonna start with Hugo here. Gibson. I know he just picked up a free agent, but is he worth it? How droppable between 10 and 0?
All right, I think
actually, let me step back. Not Gibson, Waller, Darren Waller, the tight end for the Giants. That's the one he drafted like now as a 6th round, 7th round, and he's not doing numbers. Is he droppable?
I'm so happy you brought up that name because I'm so grateful for Hugo reaching on him and taking him before I did, because based on that preseason and the reports, I was locked in. I was targeting him. So I just want to thank God for Hugo reaching on there, because that would have been my problem. So at this point, looking at it, I'm a Giants fan. That's no surprise. And seeing what our offense looks like, it's not so much indicator of what Waller is, but more indicator of like our offense is incompetent because of the offensive line and other issues you can name. We could be here all day talking about it. But for that reason, I think given the tight end field right now, I don't think he's droppable. He's pretty darn close, but
give me a number between 0 and 10.
I'm gonna go with a 3, just because of name value, and he could have a pop-up game. If there was other ballers in the tight end realm, I would say he's definitely droppable, but because of how it's like a barren wasteland of options, I wouldn't be looking to drop him, so to speak.
Yeah, I think we gotta wait till Barkley gets back, maybe get the offense moving. You gotta follow the targets on a tight end. You got 5, 8, 7. I mean, last week was a shit show. Only 3 targets. Is he droppable? 4? Maybe he's got Ferg stream for the better matchup. I think there's not much else to do in a waiver wire, man. Keep him and play the matchups, but you can't obviously be happy about it.
Bro, that's a valuable bench.
If I were to give my own personal rank, I think he's a 7, droppable. Why do you want to keep up a player that puts up 3 or 4 points in your bench, cut your losses, get someone else, and now it's not worth it. That's my personal opinion. Just get someone else.
Think about that.
Yeah, think about it.
Maybe he drops and somebody might scoop it up. Look at that.
Well, anyways, moving on a drop-o-meter here. Dalvin Cook. What do you guys think about Dalvin Cook in the Jets?
Talked about that. Yeah, man.
Let's talk about it. Dalvin Cook.
He's a 10
from 0 to 10. Is he droppable to you?
I have dropped him in other leagues. Like
11.
Yeah, dude. He's not it. He's washed. That was a waste of however many million they paid the guy.
Alex, can you hear this? Alex.
Yo, he's 11, bro. The only reason they brought him because they didn't think maybe they feared that Breece Hall wasn't going to be healthy at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And they brought him in, and he even came in like a little hurt. I think he wasn't really healthy himself. So
he missed
11
too.
Yeah,
okay.
11.
Okay, moving on because you got some other players on the drop-o-meter. Since we was talking about tight ends, Kittle.
Kittle,
George Kittle. Is he droppable? Give me a number.
2.
Oh man,
2 for me. He's not droppable. Just again, he is in a field where there's no other better options, and he's capable of having blow up games where you're getting 20 points out of him. Now, the thing is, you're not going to get a blow up game on the regular. It's going to require a big injury either from Ayuk or Kittle or someone else, right? Those are the games where he gets fed. He's an elite tight end in terms of real life, and that doesn't always translate. Again, given the name, given the position, I'm not dropping him.
Yeah, I mean, Kittle, you cannot drop Kittle. You drop Kittle, though, that fab wire is gonna go crazy. You gotta trade him. You gotta move him. I know and like Arthur said, if there's an injury on the 49ers, pass catchers or Ayuk or Debo's a little already hurt. He's gonna skyrocket in value, and no, I think it's a one. Unfortunately, there's too many mouths to feed.
Yeah.
And McCaffrey has like 10 mouths, so he's gonna get all them touches.
Okay, moving on here. So what about Rice on the Kansas City? Rice.
Rashid Rice?
Yeah.
10.
How droppable is it? Because you see, I'm looking at the stats here. He gets targets. Doesn't get a lot of receivers, but he gets targets.
There's no other number one on Kansas City. So if he's a rookie, if he emerges as the number one, then why would he gets the targets? Why would you cut him? I think that's a hold in my opinion. So I'm going with 4 personally.
I'm not wasting my time at that offense, bro. There's only Kelsey and Kelsey. Everything is gonna be
and Pacheco. Don't forget Pacheco.
Like I said, man, you can have a day that Pacheco is going to have his 2 touchdowns. You can have another day that McKinnon is going to get his 2 touchdowns at the end zone. I'm not trusting that. I'm moving on. I'd rather gamble elsewhere.
What? Give me a number.
I said 10. I'm
10,
dropping them.
Droppable. Very good. Moving on a droppable meter. Treylon Burks.
Wait, call the team so I can look at it.
10.
Myers team.
Oh.
Treylon Burks, do you hold on to him?
No.
Do you drop him on? Give me a number. He's supposed to be the number 1 wide receiver in Tennessee.
10. Not worth holding on to. He's banged up all the time. He's not getting targets. 10.
Yeah, no, 10. I mean, there's not much to talk about. You see, as washed as D-Hop is, he's still making more plays than Treylon Burks. And they're not throwing the ball, bro. It's an absolutely awful.
Not him, bro.
No.
It's funny too. I'm looking at his stats. He got 6 targets last week. He got 1 receiving.
Wow, there you go.
They probably weren't catchable, anyways.
Probably never know because everything surrounds against Derrick Henry. But anyways, let's move on here. The next player that I want to talk about it.
Which team you're looking at, Dre?
Eli Mitchell. Is he droppable? Do you hold on him? He's hurt. When he comes back, it's tough because should you hold onto him and try and trap Phil?
He's not performing. Why would you? Why?
Well, the only reason I see you can hold on to him if you have McCaffrey, but Phil don't have McCaffrey. Palm does. So
Palm is hoping for an injury.
Oh, Elijah Mitchell. I'm thinking
Elijah Mitchell.
I'm thinking Elijah Moore. All right, never mind. Disregard. Not a 10.
No, I think that's a hold, man. That's a lottery ticket, and
that's a hold.
And I wouldn't say like a 10, but like a 7. And if he needs to get rid of somebody, then yeah, he probably could get rid of him. But Elijah Mitchell, when he does get healthy and he gets some touches, he could be a league winner.
I'm going 2, man. I think they use multiple backs in that offense.
I'm sorry, not 7. I'm sorry, the other way around. I thought 7 was keep 3.
So you hold. So he's not droppable. I understand.
No, not droppable. Injury happened. They use multiple backs. That he's got value.
No problem. Fair enough. Let's see the next player here. I'll pick my player, Burrow. Is he droppable? The way that he's performing, and you can cut him. You can. I checked this morning. You can cut him.
They changed it.
Well, if they changed it, yes, he's droppable.
I don't think he's droppable.
Let me go first. Well, right now it's alarming. It's very alarming, especially the way I draft him. I draft him 3rd round overall, and for him not to be put up the numbers that I wanted to be putting up, that's very scary. Very scary. Is he droppable? No, he's not droppable. I'm not dropping Boro because I'm
What's the
hoping
number?
I would give him 2.
I think it depends on your team. I think it depends. Like if you're in a position where you can cut your losses and there's stuff on the waiver wire, or you have a trade opportunity that you get an upgrade without like hurting your starting, team. I think that's something that you consider dropping because he's not performing. He's hurt. I mean, maybe you can keep him on your bench, but bottom line is, I think you need to look at another option for starting. It depends. It depends.
I mean, bro, let's be real, right? Let's look at his matchups. He's got Arizona right now, then Seahawks, and then after the bye, he goes San Francisco, Buffalo, and then Houston, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. You might not start him. All those, it's a tough matchup, man. You might not start unless he can get back to his health himself and gain his confidence. I mean, I don't think he doesn't have a confidence problem, but 2, I wouldn't drop him either because I wouldn't want anybody to pick him up and play against me, and then I'll have regrets.
Here's your decision, though. You're gonna keep him on your bench until he shows you multiple games of him being able to perform at a starter.
I think I start him after the bye.
But
right now it's tough to see. Maybe I'll give him another chance. I'm not dropping him, but I still keeping my player. I'm gonna give him unbiased opinion.
Yeah,
he's but the only one that
you mentioned yourself, cut your losses, bro. This is
cut my losses, but I'm not.
You know what? He might be a drop, Trey. Let me.
Might be a drop, but my opinion, I'm giving it to.
Let me ask you something. Why trade for him?
I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next player because we out of time.
Yeah.
Is anyone sending you offers for him right now? Be honest.
No one.
There you go.
Nobody is trading for quarterbacks.
Nobody's trading for Burrow, though, even if they were trading for quarterbacks with how he's performing.
You don't think he's a buy low?
Super low. If it's fucking what Emma's trading Mario and shit like that, then yeah, maybe.
Well, I'm saying buy low, not giving away free players.
We gotta move on here. We got more players to talk about it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, next player, Javonte Williams. Is he droppable?
No, 0.
No, 0.
Even though he has not been put up numbers.
No, it's a starting running back. I don't think you drop those.
It's by the end of the second half of the season, he's going to be serviceable.
Unless Alex Boyce takes over that backfield, the $39 boy. Never know.
Okay, I do have one here. Moving on. Artisan Jason Smith Nigba.
Drop 10.
Tell me your number.
10. That $18, you better drop that $18. Boy.
I was waiting all night for this.
Awful.
Listen, when Deontay Johnson comes back, I'm going to have to make a decision whether I want to keep him or NJ, whatever fuck his initials are, Jigma.
JSN.
As of now, he's probably droppable. If I had an extra bench spot, if my team is as trash as Alex's or someone like that, I would love to hold on to him because I see value there. I think DK gets injured and it's one injury away from him being peppered with targets there. They already gave him, I think, 6 targets last week. He didn't do shit with it, but the potential is there. And I think rookie wide receivers, it's not always a blow up like Zay Flowers or Addison.
So what's your number? Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like a 7 right now.
7, okay.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not afraid to cut my losses, bro. Okay, I overspent on him. If I had the flexibility of a bench spot, I would hold on to him. I would, honest to God. But if I have to make room, yeah, he's probably the first one I'm letting go. So I'll cut my losses. I'll say I fucked up on that one. But $18, bro, I'll survive off of that.
No, sure. But it's a 10 though.
Okay, Phil, moving on here. I have this one. AJ Dillon. How droppable is he?
10. 10.
I give you a 9.
10.
There's a little hope.
Bro, John, are you listening to this? Tomorrow,
I mean, John's got no other choice but to start him.
Yeah, slim pickings, bro. You better be hitting him Emma yesterday, bro.
Yeah. I mean, he might already have because they're probably over there, chilling. Chilling.
Passing the ganja. Okay, go ahead. Next one.
I got two more players for you guys. Two more players.
If
From
you're looking at my
Houston,
squad, there's nothing to
Zay
say.
Jones.
Who?
Zay Jones.
Who?
Is he droppable?
Who?
Zay Jones.
He's rostered?
Yeah, bro,
No.
he's rostered. He's he was actually doing pretty good.
Yeah,
He's not playing, so he's not practice, not playing. Would have been
Sammy
pretty
Watkins
good.
did good 1 week too. That's a 10.
No.
Phil, that's an 11.5.
10.
You think
Look,
so?
he played
Yeah.
first game. First game he did amazing. 14 points, 7 targets, 55 yards, 1
Sammy
touchdown.
Watkins right there.
Next game, 0
Okay, last game,
points.
yeah, because it
You
was a
drink a
blowout.
fat
It was
ice.
against Kansas City, and then he's been hurt, and he got
Would have
hurt.
been blowout. 9-17 is not a blowout.
Yeah, it was an ugly game. I watched that game, and then he had He had like 2 end zone targets, and he dropped. Like Arden
I
mentioned.
remember that
Like,
actually.
How
so
delicious were your ice when you drank that?
Yeah,
listen,
he liked it.
I think it's a 5. I'll be fair, 5. But I think there's worse out there in the waiver wire. Who am I dropping him for? I mean,
There's shit out there,
if
man.
anything, I would have dropped Tank. What's that fucking Tank Bisbee?
I'm surprised you still have him actually.
Well, I'm trying to hit a lottery.
ETN.
But I did offer Mario. He was not interested.
You know, he likes Laporta more than.
Apparently so.
Okay, last player. Kyle Pitts.
Oh,
12, 15.
Drop a meter.
bro, let that man be a landmine on somebody else's team.
How can you draft him again after last year? How?
He
Bro.
got 5 points, 3 targets, 5 targets. He got 9 targets last
Not
week.
even tight end 1 on the team, bro.
Yeah, he's not even. Yeah, I think he's someone else caught more passes than he did.
SB could cut him for Johnny Smith and do better. He's on the free agency for free, bro. Let me give you some advice, bro. That's for free.
I'll be honest. I drafted him in other 2 leagues because I was just in tight end hell, and he was like the last one there. I'm like, you know what? I might chase the talent, but Arthur, I mean, your boy over there, man, he's awful. He's not throwing it. I mean, the quarterback's not helping either.
It's the situation. He's good. He's a talent, but the situation is not.
It's a 12, 10, whatever the max is per drop.
Yeah. I think I picked one player for each team that will be in a drop-o-meter. Maybe next week or someone else can do a drop-o-meter again and see which players are worth rostering and which players need to be cut.
I appreciate the idea. It was a great idea, Dre.
That was good, Dre.
So
thank you.
That wraps up episode 5. Appreciate you guys having you guys on. Good luck this week. Hopefully no McCaffrey injuries, and see you again.
No injuries here. All right, boys. Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Later.